In the cooler winter months, it's not uncommon that some people will change their everyday carry firearm. They'll go to something bigger, something more powerful, something that has more capacity, or something they just shoot better. In the summer months, when it's warmer, we tend to carry guns that are easier to conceal, smaller guns, lighter guns, etc. In the warmer months myself, I carry my snubby Chiappa Rhino. It's just really lightweight, it's really easy to carry, and it's a really easy shooting gun, so it's a perfect warm weather carry gun. But like I said in an earlier video, it's now getting cooler here in the Northwest, so I can switch to something bigger if I would like. And I made a video saying I'm either going to switch to the Beretta M9 9mm or the Beretta 96A1 40 Smith & Wesson. Now in that video I did a poll, but the poll itself is pretty much a dead heat. After over 4,000 people have voted, there's only a difference of like 60 votes between the two. That's not enough of a difference to declare a decisive winner, in my opinion. So it turns out you people really aren't much help at all, and I should have known that going into it, but that's the reality of it now. So now I have to decide on my own which one to choose. So I started looking through the comments section. I thought, well, maybe some of the comments will help me choose which one I want. Now in the comment section, it basically became a capacity versus caliber war. People were arguing the merits of the higher caliber 40 to the higher capacity 9mm. Now one of the first comments I read says the only reason you would choose 9mm over the more powerful 40 is if you were afraid your girly little wrists were going to snap when you fired the gun. And that sounds horrible. I don't want my wrists to snap, my girly little wrist. I like my girly little wrist. So of course that means I'm leaning now towards the 9mm gun. And then a comment right after that says the only reason you would choose a 40 anyway is if you had a micro penis that you were trying to compensate for. So of course that means now I'm back to the 40. And then I read someone who posts, the only reason you would need more rounds like the 9mm is if you can't hit your target. If you can actually aim, the 40 is just fine. So of course that means now I'm back to the 9mm. I'm going in circles. But now that I think, okay, I'm selling the 9mm, someone else says, well, the only reason you'd carry a 40 anyway is if you're so paranoid that you're afraid you're going to be attacked by a bear on the city bus. And you know what? That sounds horrible, being attacked by a bear on a city bus. I'd never even thought of that. Now, of course, I am going back to the 40. And then the next comment kind of backs up the 40 by saying that the only reason you would go to 9mm over the more powerful 40 is if you're afraid that when you fired it, you're going to break your hymen and stain your white capri pants. And I started thinking about it, I'm like, those capri pants are new. I don't want that happening either. So now I'm back to the 9mm. Just can't make a decision based on your all's comments. You people are no help at all. So in the end, I had to sit down and make the decision for myself. And I started thinking, 15 plus 1 rounds of 9mm is going to take care of any problem that I'm ever likely to face. 9mm is a very competent round these days. But then I started thinking, 12 plus 1 rounds of 40 is definitely going to take care of anything. And who's going to need more than 13 rounds? So I nutted up and I made my decision. And what I chose was the Smith & Wesson 357 Magnum 586 L Comp. This gun is more powerful than either of those guns, and it still holds 1 round more than my Chiappa Rhino. And it has a ported 3-inch barrel for a little extra power, but a little extra control, and it has a solid steel frame to help reduce felt recoil. And that will protect both my girly wrists and my hymen. You ain't even my real dad.